Every character in Block Tales has their own unique story. Some are based on real Roblox legends, others hide tragic backstories, and a few will literally kill you in the tutorial if you're not careful. In this video, I'll be covering one fact for every character in the game. I'll try to cover more obscure facts so that hopefully you come out of this video knowing some things you didn't. And without further ado, let's get into it. Shedletsky is based on John Shedletsky, the actual former creative director at Roblox who created the Sword Fight on the Heights series. In the game, he tasks the player, who he calls a temporary Roblox employee, with traveling back to 2010 to collect the 7 swords. He's heavily implied to be the same person as Telemon, which would make him the owner of the manor and the master of both the Ghost Chef and Slasher. What's also cool is that there's growing evidence that he may be connected to the voices that drove the sword holders insane. And given his role in sending you on this quest in the first place, it's very possible he's not done with you yet. Speaking of the beginning of your journey, David Baszucki appears in the pre-prologue during a VIP conference before being confronted and kidnapped by the mysterious figure. He's the founder of Roblox both in real life and in the game's universe, which makes his kidnapping the inciting incident for everything that follows. The mysterious figure is the one responsible for David's kidnapping and serves as the game's overarching antagonist. They wear the Dominus Astra and are missing their left arm. But what's really interesting is their motivation. They have a personal vendetta against Builderman, also David Baszucki, accusing him of abandoning the community, which is what drives them to shatter time itself and set the entire plot in motion. Before you can start collecting swords though, you'll need to get through the tutorial. Tutorial Terry seems harmless at first, but if you threaten him at the game's start, he'll initiate an unwinnable battle and instantly defeat your party with his penguin missile attack. That's not even the darkest thing about him. A cutscene with the Ghost Chef later reveals that Terry actually murdered the kitchen wizard to steal his iconic hat. After Terry, you'll face Nubador as the prologue boss. His defeat animation is a direct reference to Peter Griffin's death pose, but what most players don't know is that he's actually the leader of a criminal organization. Despite this, he's still the uncle of Red and Blue Noob, and took custody of them to save them from their abusive parents, Green and Purple Noob. Red and Blue Noob themselves are direct references to Red and Blue Goombas from Paper Mario, sharing similar personalities and HP values. For a while, players were confused about Blue's gender, until it was clarified that she is a girl. Red is prideful and forgetful, while Blue is the more level-headed of the two. Once you enter Chapter 1, you'll encounter the Cruel King, the guardian of the Ice Dagger. Here's the thing though, he isn't purely evil. He stole the Ice Dagger to save his kingdom from a prophesized fall, but was tormented by manipulative voices from the sword itself. After being defeated, he becomes a benevolent figure who helps the player train and even apologizes for his past actions, making him one of the most complex characters in the game. The Banished Knight was initially a mini-boss who was banished for failing the Cruel King, but he later becomes a shopkeeper in Telemon's manor selling powerful cards. It's a nice redemption arc for a character who could have easily been forgotten after his first appearance. In Chapter 2, you'll face Griefer, the guardian of the Venom Shank. He's an angsty teen who stole the Venom Shank out of frustration from living in his father's shadow. He was manipulated by voices from the sword in the same way the Cruel King was corrupted by the Ice Dagger. He wasn't evil, he was just misunderstood. This establishes a pattern that the swords themselves have some form of corrupting influence. And remember, Shedletsky is the one who sent you to collect them. How was he able to know that you could collect these swords, but you yourself were not going to be corrupted? Unless you are being corrupted. But while exploring the dunes, you might find Accountant Jim trapped under red blocks. The player can choose to help him or leave him. If you save him, you earn the Dynamite ability. However, if you let him die, you'll find his ghost later in Telemon's manor, which adds an extra layer of guilt to the decision. Chapter 3 takes you to the manor, where things get significantly darker. Hatred is one of the player's personified emotions, and he first lures you into the dream world by pretending to be Builderman, leading you into fights with your other emotions. After the battle with Hatred, the player is left with a void in those emotional traits, permanently affecting their personality for the rest of the game. Fear, solitude, and greed follow the same pattern as hatred. Each time you defeat one of these emotions, you lose a part of yourself. After defeating greed specifically, the player lost all desire for selfish gains. This becomes relevant later in Chapter 4 when the Great Flucky assumes you're egotistical after you make a selfless wish for a bottled ship and shovel. The genie can't comprehend why someone would wish for something so mundane unless they were being sarcastic. The manor itself is owned by Telemon, who we already established is likely Shedletsky. The ghost chef serves under him and provides the player with the Ghost Potion ability, which grants invisibility. He also appears in a cutscene revealing Tutorial Terry's dark secret about murdering the kitchen wizard. The Slasher is the other resident of the manor, serving under Telemon alongside the ghost chef. He's a reference to the movie killer Jason Voorhees, which explains his intimidating design and silent demeanor. Chapter 4 takes you to the High Seas, where you'll meet Captain Trotter. He becomes corrupted after taking hold of the firebrand, which causes him to betray the player. Due to this scuffle, it causes Calypso to step in, and Trotter is accidentally pushed into the lava and sacrificed to the ancients. Here's where it gets interesting. His soul later resides within the firebrand sword, meaning you're technically wielding his spirit for the rest of the game. To actually get the firebrand though, you'll need to defeat the ancients first. This boss fight grants you the sword, which costs 2 energy points to use and damages all enemies while applying the burn debuff. It's one of the most powerful weapons in Demo 4, which makes sense given it contains the soul of a ship captain. If you're looking for an extra challenge after Chapter 4, you can find Finn McCool in the Dunes. He's a super boss with the highest HP and damage in Demo 4, fighting with a baseball bat and the ability to summon allies. He came from the future, and for some reason he blames you for ruining his party. His original battle theme was allegedly made with AI samples, leading to its removal from the official OST and replacement. And then there's Kyoko. Her sister went missing, and she's on a mission to find her. She shows up in every place that you are, which suggests she may play a larger role in future chapters. And there you have it, one fact about every character in Block Tales. Hopefully you learned something new from this. The game has a surprising amount of depth hidden inside these character details, from real-world Roblox history to real game references to the disturbing implications of defeating your own emotions. If you want to learn more about Block Tales, check out my video covering the history of every balance change in the game. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you in the next one.